Welcome back. Last week, the Government Matters team attended the Navy League's Sea Air Space Conference. My colleague, Alan Holmes, spoke with Rear Admiral Gene Price, Vice Commander for the Naval Information Forces. Here's a look at that conversation.
We're here with Rear Admiral Gene Price. He's the Vice Commander of the Naval Information Forces Command. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, let me just start off. What is the Naval Information Forces Command?
Okay, NAVIFOR, as we call it in the Navy, Navy Information Forces is space, cryptology, cyber, intelligence, electronic warfare, oceanography, meteorology, IT, ICS, internal control systems, internet information protocols. All those things brought together is information warfare because they all touch and concern and are primarily looking at data, information. And now the Navy all the services are looking at doing this in some capacity or a different architecture, but the Navy was first. So we've been going through the trials and travails that come with being first, but at the same time we've learned a lot, and we found out that we actually integrate much better than anyone thought we would this quickly. So that's really what we are.
Okay. Well, why is information warfare so important to the Navy?
Information warfare, it informs everything the Navy does. The first brief that a commander afloat or a commander ashore usually takes is start with your meteorologist. Okay, what's the weather like? That's us. Your next brief is the intelligence, is the threat brief. Who's trying to hurt us? So it actually starts with exactly what we do. And we present the threats, we analyze the threats, we communicate what those threats might be, we make sure that the right sensors are at the right place so we understand the battle space, so we're aware of what's going on. We have to pull all these disciplines together to integrate fires, as we call it. In other words, everything from a non-kinetic fire like cyber to a kinetic fire like a JDAM or a Tomahawk. Making sure those are in the right place at the right time and with very little collateral damage, if at all, is always our goal. And at the same time, we also make sure that our command and control is omnipresent. It's any commander anywhere can get her or his intent made known to subordinates, and we ensure that capacity.
Okay. There's something called the Information Warfare Enterprise. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and where you are in deploying this and explain how all this comes together?
Well, the enterprise is kind of a pulling together those first two questions you asked. That's the METOC community, which is based down in Mississippi.
And the METOC being?
I'm sorry, thank
okay.
you. Meteorology, oceanography, they're the same team.
Yeah.
The intelligence folks, which had their headquarters in Suitland, Maryland, and then our IP and cryptologists, which are based out of Fort Meade and also down in Suffolk, Virginia, right across the street from where we are. And those are our enterprises, if you will. And we are the ones that pull them together as NAVIFOR to do the manpower, to make sure that everyone's trained, and to make sure that everyone's equipped to the right level so that our readiness is such that the generation of forces can occur quickly and timely. If the President says go, we'll be ready to go.
It sounds like an incredible amount of data and I mean, you just went down the whole list of what you cover. It sounds like it's the whole waterfront.
Yes.
How difficult of a management responsibility is that and pulling all this together? It sounds just like an enormous job.
It is, and that job primarily falls, well, we are the folks that, again, what's called MT&E it, man, train, and equip it. But we primarily rely upon the good folks at NAVWAR, Navy Warfare Systems Command in San Diego, and also NIWC PAC out there, and NIWC LANT, which is in Charleston, and also Fleet Cybercom 10th Fleet, which is not too far from here, up at Fort Meade. And it is a terrifically complex job. If you're talking internal control systems, all the little systems that make a warfare system work that might actually be embedded as a part of the IT network inside a weapon system. So making sure that system can talk to the space components, talk to the serialized components, and they all tend to run different software. They tend to run different operating systems. And that's one of the things that we're really getting after with Overmatch, which we've been talking a lot here at Sea Air Space. So it's a terrifically complicated problem, as you've already pointed out, but it's one that we have to get better at. And I think we are doing that in ways that are really groundbreaking, and we're doing that with the help of industry. They're helping us get to that cutting edge.
Well, let's just go right to that. We have about 30 seconds or so left. And how is industry, what's their role? How are they helping you out?
Once the industry can assimilate and understand where we are, especially at the classified level, which they can get at industry days, which the next one is in late September at NAVIFOR, Navy Warfare Systems. That's our sweet spot, to get them to appreciate the problems we have and then give us that world-class information know-how that American industry, especially the IT industry, is so good at, and bringing that in with their ideas to make us better. We have gotten to the point where we're embracing the red, where we're not as good as we need to be, swarming it, bringing in industry as needed so that we can meet that demand signal.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being here.
Oh,
really
thanks
appreciate
for the
it.
invite.